Hey everyone, Dan from Ochiko Bushcraft. Well, I'm out here on a very cold, stormy, windy day. It's been snow and rain mix all night and all morning. I caught just a little break in it. Thought I would shoot this video for you guys. Got a little fire going back here. See if you guys can see the flames back there behind me, maybe, and a little shelter made out of a reflective blanket set up, so I'm just kind of sitting under there catching some heat, getting out of this ice cold wind. But I'm out here testing out a new knife. I actually have with me today the Tops Armegeddon. Now this knife is new to me. I have never used the Tops Armegeddon before. Today is the very first time I have brought it out to the woods. It is the first time that I'm going to use it. So whatever impression it gives me, first impressions, you guys are gonna see here as it happens. The sheath that it comes with from Tops is a Cordura sheath with two pockets, which are kind of convenient because I have my ferro rod and some pieces of fat wood shoved down in this one. I haven't put anything in this one yet, but there's room to put other stuff in there, so the sheath's kind of handy. I will probably, if I decide that I really like this knife, I will probably swap it out for some kind of a custom sheath, something on a dangler, either leather or Kydex. I'm looking into both right now. But anyway, I want to give this thing a test run for you guys. It is cold out here. I'm going to get my gloves back on and try to keep them on as much as I can. So first thing I would probably use this Tops Armegeddon for is if I needed an emergency shelter like today, perfect day for it. If I didn't have my reflective blanket to get out of this rain and snow, I probably would have had to take down a bunch of fir boughs. So I'd be wanting to delimb them, and this should be pretty good at delimbing. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, very good. Yeah, delimb's very easy. I could delimb fir boughs real easy with that, just right down side, and see how this thing chops. Very nice. 1095 carbon steel. I did test the edge on my arm, shaving sharp. I mean incredibly shaving sharp. Just one swipe and the hair was gone. I like the way that the weight is more out in front of the blade. So what I'm doing right now, chopping, it just makes that easy. Very easy. Nice little chopper. All right, yeah. And for, like I said, delimbing, let me see here. Another little dead tree sitting over here. But were this alive, covered with green boughs, yeah, just quick, easy work. Very nice. So definitely a good knife for shelter building. All right, let's try a little batoning here. The wood out here is soaking wet from the rain. As you guys can see, the whole outside of this has been covered with snow and rain, so I need to get to the dry inside. Only one way to do that. That's baton. Wow. I wasn't expecting that, guys. That was nice. Very nice. That one just went right through a knot, and it barely slowed it down. That, very, very nice. Oh, I'll have some more wood for my fire back there. Oh, let's see. Look at that. That's impressive, guys. You know, I've been out here a lot using the Essie Hungless, and I do plan in a future video, maybe even my next video, putting this Tops Armegeddon head-to-head against the Essie Hungless, which so far has become my favorite large chopping knife, and see which one I like better. I can tell one thing right off. The grip on this, with the place to put my forefinger, is extremely comfortable. And right now, if you can see, my handle is soaking wet. From grabbing this with my soaking wet gloves, the micarta handles are soaking wet. But, you know, just putting some force into some swings, my hand's not slipping at all. That finger groove is nice. And then, of course, I got this choil clear up here, which I'm about to test. So, this wood's pretty wet on the outside, but it looks like we got some dry on the inside. Let's see. I don't know if one piece looks any better than the other, but let's see what happens here. Oh wow. I hope you guys can see that. Very, very nice, guys. Look at that. I'm getting some really, really nice curls with that. And so the inside of this is dry. Very nice. Yeah, that definitely. So I mean, for chopping, for delimbing for shelter, for making kindling, that's just, this knife's really a performer. And yeah, the edge is still just as sharp. It didn't do anything to the edge. You know what I'd like to do, guys? I'd like to see what it feels like to carve a notch with this. Hang with me for just a second. Let's see if I can find a little branch close by. Okay. So, just to see. Big knife for making a notch, obviously, but I'm going to use this finger choil. Yeah, that allows me to really choke up nicely on the blade. Nice. I'm impressed, guys. I really am. You know, like I said, this is the first time I've used the Tops Armegeddon. I'm just doing a few things with it right now, but I mean, it batons super great for getting firewood. You saw the curls that it just made. For delimbing, it's excellent. If I needed to delimb some fir boughs right now for an emergency shelter, which before the day's over with might be a possibility, this thing, in just a few minutes, I would have a nice big stack of fir boughs. And I'll tell you what, using this finger choil, I honestly don't feel like I'm using a big knife making that notch right there. I feel like, I mean, so much of the weight comes back behind my hand. The edge of the blade is right there, right on the edge of my finger. I honestly don't feel like I'm carving with a big knife. Now I know doing some intricate stuff like making a fishing spear, trying to get this big blade in there would be awkward, but just carving a notch or something like that, it doesn't feel like I'm using a big blade. It feels fantastic. I am impressed. All right. So I'm anxious to get that out here and put that out head to head against my Essie Hungless. I've used the Essie Hungless a lot. I've got a good feel for what it does well and what it doesn't do so well. And I have to tell you, first impression on the Tops Armegeddon, being able to use that finger choil, whereas on my Essie Hungless I can't get but that close to the edge. Definitely easier to make curls or carve a notch with than my Essie Hungless. It'll be interesting to get them out here side by side. Anyway guys, Tops Armegeddon, first time out, first time trying it. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm one who believes in carrying both a large knife and a small knife. One, you know, it's much easier, like I said, in an emergency, to get the wood down that you need for a shelter and whatnot with the big knife. It is easier to make the shavings and stuff with the small knife. And either way, it's nice to have a backup. If something happens to one, you've got a backup knife with you. So anyway guys, that's it. Tops Armegeddon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you're looking for a big chopper, I recommend it. And stay tuned in the future because we're going to put that head against the Essie Hungless and see if there's a clear winner. Thanks guys.